Hello to whoever's watching this. I hope you enjoy my video. Excuse me. I thank Dr. Giacona. I hope I said that last name right. Dr. Giacona for giving me that extension. I know Lae, Hawaii is not the ideal place for a family emergency, but here I am, and it doesn't help. I'm sure you read the news today, or heard the news, of the accidental Hawaii missile ballistic system going off. So that made it getting this assignment done a little bit harder. Makes it even tough when you're in the military and a ballistic missile system warning goes off and you're in the military. It doesn't help with anything. But anyway, with my paper, my assignment, I went through all the various terms and discussed, and it really came to mind to me what different types of things have been misappropriated within culture today. The first thing that came to my mind, because I'm really into sports, especially baseball, so I thought of things like the tomahawk chop that you see at various stadiums that have Native American mascots. You get the Cleveland Indians, the Florida State Seminoles, which I talked about a lot in this paper. Maybe not a lot, but I went on that a little bit more. And a very hot topic is also the Washington Redskins. A term that not very many people like. Some have supported it within the Native American community, others do not. Some just don't care at all. However, what I went through is I mostly touched upon the videos. We were supposed to talk about music video that appeared within the text. It's kind of a bummer because I was going to talk about Pocahontas, the Disney movie. I'm old enough that I can claim that I actually saw that movie in the movie theater when it came out. I was going to talk about the songs and the appropriations within that, but I talked about one that was a little more surprising to me, and that was actually in the movie Peter Pan. And so I talked about this in my paper, and I haven't seen the Peter Pan movie in I don't know how long. I was a little kid. And so, I always thought it was a cute, fun movie, good for the kids, might even show my own kids. But I went on YouTube and watched the music video, or the clip that was there. It's in the citations, by the way, if you want to watch it again. And it surprised me of how much cultural misappropriations there are within that. So I've read the book Peter Pan itself, so I don't remember any kind of music or lyrics to any music, so we see that as Disney taking those misappropriations themselves. They took their creative liberties and kind of did that. And so I watched it, and I was sitting there, and I was very surprised. I was like, oh my goodness, look at all this. I never, you'd never catch as a little kid, because I was that innocent kid that in the book that playing cowboys and Indians, it just doesn't know any better. But with Peter Pan, there's a bunch of things that I saw. There's passing around the peace pipe, which is very interesting because especially in Virginia and other places where I'm from and other places, Native Americans are generally associated with finding tobacco and inventing weed and marijuana type products. So they're passing around the peace pipe, and so it's a cultural appropriation there. And then everyone's wearing feathers or a headdress. The chief is wearing a headdress, and the headdress is given to Peter Pan. So they kind of reflect the Plains Indians, which some tribe that I'm assuming is a made-up word, because I did a research, and I don't know how to say it. It's Pickaninny tribe, which is obviously made up. And I remember one of the characters, the kid with the glasses and the white gown, misidentifying them as Algonquian Indian. I guess he's a little more educated to say Algonquian. He just could have said something else. It's up to him. But their skin is also red. And then the music. I don't know if disgusted is the word I would use, because I don't get angry that easily. But it was just the obvious stuff that you would see in any kind of movie, John Wayne, Clint Eastwood kind of flick. That, they're sitting there just beating the drums and dancing. I was kind of tickled because the chief was sitting there dancing, and they're doing his feet like that, kicking up dust, which throughout this semester, learning the terminology and whatnot has nothing to do with any kind of Native American dance that I read about, and it reflects nothing that I saw. And and also with the what makes the red man red. Like, you would never go up to it. I have a friend of mine who's full-blooded Indian from the Cheyenne South tribe, and I would never go up seriously and call him, "Hey, red man," or "Hey, redskin." And so, for Disney to put this out and say what makes the red man red, it's kind of messed up, I would say. Um, to have this kind of music, to have that kind of dance, and then doing the whole war call thing where they're la 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 like that. I mean, that's crap we all did when we were kids, but it's not correct. It's not reflective of Native American culture. So with the headdresses, I said that they kind of reflected the Plains Indians in what they did. Sitting there just beating the drums. The art was kind of made up stuff. But something I really thought of too is we think with Peter Pan, because Disney would not include these Native Americans if the Native Americans were not included in Peter Pan's book to begin with. And so I was thinking the book Peter Pan itself was written by a Scottish guy. And so we read a lot in these chapters throughout this semester about misappropriation of Native American culture and Native American song and dance and colonialism, and that normally revolved around American people. But as I said, it's written by a Scottish man, so it shows a bigger problem throughout the world of Native American culture being misappropriated throughout the world, not just the United States of America. And so it kind of calls for the whole world to kind of take a change, to not have these different singing red faces as we see in the Peter Pan movie, and also to also learn from these different cultures. I don't remember the term, that talked about, let me scroll through my work real quick. As we learned from Dr. James Young, he said, the use of something developed in one cultural context by someone who belongs to another culture. And so we can still learn, and we can take concepts from these various cultures, learn something, put it to good positive use, but it should be done correctly, and to learn about these tribes correctly rather than generalization and stereotypes. And that's what I got out of this, and I hope you enjoyed and got something out of my video. Thank you.